I want to talk a little bit about where the market's going because I talk to people every day. People are always wanting to know, is it the right time? When's the best time? Should I buy? Should I rent? And unfortunately, the answer is always it just depends. Right? It depends on your situation. Like, what are you going through? Are you planning on moving to somewhere new soon? Do you know if you're going to have to relocate from your job? Are you looking to change where you're living? Do you not like, is it too rainy where you're at? Is it not sunny enough? Is the weather too hot? Is the weather too cold? There's tons of factors when it comes to what you're going to do, if you're going to rent, if you're going to buy. I feel like a lot of the key factors, of course, are, interest rates, right? Like, people are really set on interest rates and what they're going to do and yada, 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 listening to the experts. I see a lot of videos where the person's that's making the video is basically saying all these people are wrong when no one actually knows the answers. And the person that probably does know the answer is the one manipulating the whole entire system. Not manipulating, it's a bad word, but there's a reason why the interest rates are as high as they are. Of course, a lot of this is macroeconomics, so it does tie into borrowing and lending, and how fast money moves and how fast money markets move. There's a lot of correlations to why prices are the way they are and the way the real estate market is. Some markets are thriving, some markets are dying. Some markets that were thriving, they're not dying, but they're definitely taking a reset, right? They're definitely getting cut 20 to 30 to 40%. And then if your home isn't the perfect home, or if your home's not the one on the block with the best pictures and the best aesthetics inside and out, and it's probably going to sit a lot longer than you expected, right? And we are caught in a situation where if you are selling a home and you're looking to upsize, or if you're looking to upgrade, even if you're looking to downsize, the cost on a mortgage for that home is outrageous. Not outrageous, but very high. So it puts people in a predicament where they're like, okay, I'm going to wait to sell my home. You can't necessarily time the market. It's like you kind of have to take what you get, or you have to be patient, right? So the people that are trying to sell right now and trying to get high dollar, they're going to have to wait. And that's where the scary part is, because there is no term on how long you're going to have to wait. We truly don't know. We've actually never been in a position like this as far as like a country, right? Like, yes, interest rates have been this high before, but not with home prices being this high. Listened to a Jake Tran video the other day, and he was talking about how mortgage is a trap. And, part of it is true, because yes, when you first get into the home, the first 10 years or so, you're not actually putting any money into the home, right? So you're not actually building the equity that you want, depending on how much you're putting towards your mortgage. People sometimes, they're not grasping the idea. They think they can own a home for 5 years and then sell, and no matter what, make money and move. And that is just not the case, especially with what happened in the last 3 years, because people were seeing a bunch of people sell, getting over asking, home off the market super quick, and now that time has stopped. Yes, that is still happening to a degree, but in most cases, homes are going to be sitting for a normal time, right? For the normal amount of time on the market, 30 to 60 days, give or take, right? And you shouldn't be upset at that if your home's sitting that long. Or like, so if you're in a home where they're still building phases, you're competing against new builds if you're a seller. And right now, some of these new builds have great incentives as far as interest rates, where that seems to be the strongest thing holding people back from buying or selling. And they might have the best deal currently. Of course, during the resale, yes, your seller can, give you certain incentives, but to a degree, your seller has an obligation as far as what they want, and they want to make money off the sell, to move or downgrade or retire, what have you. And in some cases, people don't understand that your home doesn't just need to have equity, but you also need to pay down some of that interest. Otherwise, when you sell, you're just basically paying back the loan, and you're just going to walk with not as much financing as you thought, especially when you're paying out realtor fees. So it can be a predicament, and that's kind of where the market's at. And I get people that ask me, "What do you think is going to happen in the future?" And it's like, as someone that wants to always kind of have the answers and help my clients out, it's like we don't know, right? Because we don't know how our economy is going. There's so many people out of a job right now. There's millions of people. I mean, there's so many markets being affected by interest rates. I mean, the material is not as pricey as it was, but finding people to make it is somewhat of an issue, right? There's definitely a shortage of workers out there, to a degree, right? Of course, certain jobs in certain areas are still thriving, and I don't see them going away, but I do see where all the sirens and scare videos are being put out there. It can seem bleak, right? But there's still opportunity out there. If you are someone that is trying to move to the state of Texas, right, from California, from New York, from Wisconsin, from somewhere else, if you do sell your home and you have a lot of equity, if you have a lot of capital, you are looking to avoid trying to pay a bunch down, or let's try to say you're looking to avoid that situation where you're not paying all towards interest. Yeah, you're going to have to put more down. The quicker you can basically get where you're paying mostly principal, that's where you're going to create the best opportunity as far as getting the equity in there sooner than later. And also doing research. There's going to be areas that you can buy a home where it's going to be an advantage to you, just for the time of owning that home. There's certain areas where you can see that they're developing. You can see that infrastructure is being put in place. And this can be in place where you build a home or you live for a few years or own a home in this area. Therefore, you can kind of be ahead of all the traffic that's going to get there, and that can be an opportunity. But you don't want to always make being a homeowner about money. There's a value in a place that you can call your own. But this is where I say, hey, owning is a very great opportunity for you to kind of dictate your future. You own this property, right? No one can really physically tell you to get out unless you're not paying your mortgage, but it's not like renting. Renting, you're paying someone else's mortgage. But yeah, yes, you have some flexibility. Yes, you typically don't have to take care of larger maintenance things, but you are just basically paying interest. You're just paying someone else to borrow what they own, and you're helping them pay their interest down. So this is why I push the whole renting versus buying versus renting aspect. And there are ways to navigate it, especially in our current market conditions. What if rates don't drop? What if rates stay the same for a lot longer? Either people are going to get used to it, or the buyer pool that is buying, which are some of the most qualified we've had in a very long time, they're just going to be the ones who can buy. There's tons of reasons why you can rent versus owning, but the idea is a lot of people are looking for growth in their lives, and they're looking for a way to kind of change their future, and owning a home is definitely one of them, right? And it might not just be a home. You can own a duplex, you can own a triplex, a quadruplex. And think in those situations, if you have a duplex or quadruplex or apartment or something like that, you can live in it, and other people are paying for you to live in it, in a sense. So you can live for free, in a sense. Right? And that's a cool opportunity that some people really don't think about, and a great position to put yourself in to start having passive income, especially towards the line when you can maybe start actually making actual profit directly from the home or directly from the duplex, right? Like let's say you buy a duplex cash, 400 to 500K, you get in there, fix it up a little bit, start renting it out for a few years, you're already making cash flow, direct cash flow, because you already own it. Yeah, you're gonna have to pay property taxes, but for a little bit you can rent it, fix up the other side where they're living in, and then there you go. You already have rental income flow, and then that can change you either to more, or it just gives you another opportunity to either move. Let's say you want to sell it down the line. Well, duplexes, triplexes, and quadruplexes, they're very wanted. We don't know. Interest rates could fall from the sky. Again, I doubt it. Probably won't see interest rates ever get to 3 or the 4s, really, in this environment. To start doing the things that are necessary for you to be in the side of ownership because there's so many opportunities. I was never like a land person, right? Or someone who wanted to live in the country until I saw a home that would typically be in the city out on land. And that kind of changed my perspective on what I wanted. So your idea of home or dream home could change at any moment. It's just going to take the effort of reaching out to professionals and doing the right research. That way you can make the process smooth because, I mean, here's the thing. No one knows the future. You could own your home. You could buy a home now. Home prices fall from the sky. I mean, that's going to be a majority of people. Yes, some people will capitalize, and some people will get crushed. But that's not the way you think about it, right? You want to try to think that, we're in this place where positivity is going to be pushed. Yeah, the economy is really negative right now, but we want to see growth. We want to see America get better, and you hope that stays true. So definitely stay confident. Don't believe all the news and all the hype you're hearing, negative stuff. If it does sound too good to be true, it typically is too good to be true. That's the same case when it comes to the market, the real estate market, stock market, economy. It's just the way it is. Things, in my eyes, don't seem to really be getting cheaper. Of course, every market is going to fluctuate, but I still think right now is a great time to own, especially if you can afford it, and it's not going to crush you financially. At the end of the day, the goal is to just do your research and have an idea of what your goals are as far as your timeline, and that can help you dictate, should I rent, should I buy, what home should I rent, what home should I buy. I know that some people feel that when you buy a home, you're locked in, but you're not just locked in like that. There are ways out. Same with renting. People think that they only can rent, but typically, if you're paying rent above $1,900, you probably can own a home sooner than you think. You just want to reach out, get as much information as you can. So if you are someone that's you're looking to buy, you're looking to sell real estate, it doesn't really matter where you're headed. Definitely have the connections there. I can help you out if you're looking somewhere else, not in Texas, or you're looking in different states. If you are looking in the Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, Texas area, feel free to shoot me a call. Check the link down below. I'll reach out to you after you sign up, or you can reach out to me directly, whatever's easiest for you. And we can start building a game plan. That way we can help you own a home or start the process to own a home in 2024, 2023. But that's it for the video. Little rant. Catch you guys in the next video.